Hi, I'm Professor Green, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Business Ethics and Sustainability Syllabus, BCOR 4910. So we're going to be talking about the first the CBA mission. Just to remind us all, this is the to advance knowledge and develop business leaders with moral courage and creative confidence to be a force for good in the global community. And so this class is really going to focus a lot on the moral courage and understanding what is the difference between right and wrong. This is my information. Here's a link to my resume if you'd like to find out more about my background. You're welcome to always contact me via email. I respond usually within a couple of hours, if not faster. That's really the best way to get a hold of me. If you need to come and see me, we can do that most likely by Zoom, and you can set up an appointment with me. Also, we will be having some Zoom classes, so I'll provide a Zoom link, and that will be in Brightspace. There are 3 required texts that we're going to be involved with this semester. The first one is a traditional textbook. It's called Business and Society, but we've chosen just 12 different chapters out of the 19 that are in the total textbook. So I'll show you in a little bit how to order that. Next one is a nonfiction book, Ishmael. It's about almost an inch thick, a really easy read. And we're going to start this semester by reading Ishmael. And then the last text is this website, the Margulis Center for Applied Ethics at Santa Clara University. And so you don't need to buy anything there. It's just simply a link. Here are the ebook purchase instructions that I was just talking about for Business and Society. So a link to go there to access them to get it with a code or a credit card. The details, so you know exactly which chapters you're looking for. And you can also get it at a bookstore or on Amazon. You can also rent it as well, rent the full textbook. Here are the course prerequisites. If you're enrolled in this course, I assume that you've already figured that out. The course flags and core fulfilled. So there's an ethics and justice core that this fulfills, as well as a writing skills flag, which is exciting. And because we will be focusing a whole lot on writing this semester. Instructions to access Brightspace. I don't think you guys know necessarily need to know how to do that. Hopefully you're quite familiar with all that. Let's talk about this course description. Business ethics and sustainability focuses on the interaction of important social, political, economic, and environmental forces in business and society. Using the framework of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, students will study the moral responsibility of business for societal and environmental impacts. Emphasis is applied on applying ethical decision models to a variety of stakeholder issues, which will include a substantial investigation into the underlying normative ethical theories and socio-political factors that impact businesses' broader responsibilities. So hopefully this gives you a better idea of what we'll be talking about, right? We're talking about ethics and we're talking about morals, but from a business perspective. So most of you here are most likely business majors, so hopefully you have a nice background already on how business works. And now we're going to look at, I want to say maybe the softer side, right? How when you make decisions, deciding between right and wrong, what factors go into those decisions. Coursework is designed to improve the ability of students to work collaboratively in teams and communicate effectively in business situations. Let's go through the learning outcomes, and then we'll go a little faster through the syllabus after this. First, students will be able to explain the interaction and importance of social, political, economic, and environmental forces within and upon business and society, as I was just mentioning. Students will be able to identify and resolve ethical dilemmas in business situations. Students will demonstrate critical thinking skills by defining, modeling, analyzing, and evaluating complex business problems. Students will be able to integrate core concepts from different disciplines and apply them to a business situation. So this means something from accounting, from marketing, from advertising, whatever it might be, that you can apply those ideas and apply that knowledge and the ideas from ethics into creating a decision. Great. So students will understand the major ethical theories: virtue, ethics, utilitarianism, the ontology, natural law, and then other various theories of justice and so forth, and understand the difference among them by investigating the ultimate grounds of their validity. Students will value the importance of striving to be virtuous, ethical, and just as well as important as the importance of rational reflection and engaged discourse with diverse perspectives in such striving. So a lot of this course will be spent, I'd say, debating each other, right? Talking and discussing different viewpoints and being able to make your way through those persuasive arguments is what they're actually called, right? It's not an argument that we think about every day where we fight with people, but an argument where we propose a case. Students will understand businesses' impact on the natural environment, learn to review the natural environment as an important business stakeholder with rights of its own, and to understand businesses' responsibility to the natural environment, as well as understand strategies for reducing corporate environmental impact. Students will communicate effectively on business topics in written and oral form. Students will demonstrate effective interpersonal skills in teamwork settings. Hopefully you're quite familiar with teamwork by this point. So we will consider a broad range of theories to better understand how they interact and should interact in an ideal society. We will use class discussions, lectures, media, case analyses, and group projects to engage the most prominent issues related to the course topics. The course experience will benefit from an active and participatory class. Your comments, discussion, and questions are always very welcome. Great. So as we move through the syllabus, you'll see that there's some standard boilerplate information, academic honest policy, obviously no cheating, no plagiarism. Most things will be turned in on Brightspace, and I use the app Turnitin to, it automatically checks your papers and things for plagiarism. Special accommodations, if you have some sort of disability, please reach out to me and I'm happy to make an accommodation. There's also an accommodation office on campus that can help you as well. As I mentioned, this course qualifies for a writing flag, and that is so important because I'm excited to see you write. I'm excited to see you communicate through the written word and be able to communicate what your point of view is and who you are through a paper. So just to reiterate here, right, courses flagged for writing reinforce students' ability to write in ways that emphasize clarity, coherence, intellectual force, and stylistic control. Writing skills include the ability to understand and engage the discourse, rhetorical situation, and writing conventions of a particular discipline, to express and interpret ideas, both their own and those of others, in clear written language, and to critique and revise written work, both their own and those of others. Right, so this comes from the university. This is not from me necessarily. That the university really wants to make sure that you graduate with accurate and exercised written skills. And as part of this course, an important part of improving your writing is getting feedback and revision suggestions. So the Writing Center offers free tutoring sessions in which you can get feedback from a peer writer on your digital and print texts for any class. There's a link here to the Writing Center, and we will be following APA writing style and requirements. All papers should be double space, submitted to Brightspace, and as I mentioned, I use the Turnitin function. There are some links here to help with writing. Reporting requirements of sexual or interpersonal misconduct. As a responsible employee, I am required to report any type of suspected sexual or interpersonal misconduct. So just to let you know, that is standard for the university. Emergency preparedness, if in the case of an evacuation or an earthquake, here's a contact number and link to help you. Tentative nature of the syllabus. So every semester I send out what I call a draft syllabus, but it's a final draft. As we go through the semester and I get to know you better and maybe schedules shift a little bit, there might be some small changes, but I will always let you know what those changes are. For the most part, you should be pretty confident about sticking to this syllabus. Communication, at times I will communicate with the entire class using the campus email system. So obviously have access to your LMU email. Now we're going to jump into our assignments, readings, participation, and grading. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I will continue on with part 2.